Hello, family. Welcome to the Poetry and Inspiration. Make sure you subscribe to get alerts. Enjoy. Welcome back to Real Talk Tuesday, episode 2. So, this episode, we're going to talk about, it's going to be like a 2-part in one, because we're going to talk about bad associations as well as associating with bad people. And this is going to be a piggyback of my last week's episode, which was accepting people for who they are. So if you have not checked out that episode, accepting people for who they are, please stop this episode and go ahead and check out that episode, because you don't want to do yourself a disservice. So now let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about associating with bad people. Because, I preached on last week, accepting people for who they are, giving people 3 strikes and they're out, and people show you, that they are not worthy, let them go. Okay, boom, bam, we get that. But we tend to ignore, the associations of bad people, because we decide to continue to, deal with people who we see are not good people, who we, are aware of the bad things they do to others, but because they haven't done anything bad to us, we think it's cool and okay to continue to be associated with them. So I want to shed light on that, okay? If you see someone dogging out somebody else, being very disrespectful to them, disloyal to them, not holding up their end of the bargain with this other person, please believe they will do the same to you. Okay, let me give you guys some examples. Let's go into the dating pool. Okay, I'll give you a dating scenario. Ladies and gents, if you are in a relationship or you're proving or you're dating someone and they're constantly talking about their ex in a very derogatory way, they are just bad-minding their ex, have evil things to say about their ex, they're always bringing them up, they're doing evil things to them, like they're just trying to constantly hurt them any way they can. What do you think they're going to do to you? What do you really think is going to happen if you become their ex? You better stay on their good side, because if they can dog out, their previous partner or their previous spouse who they were once in love with, what makes you think they won't do the same thing to you? And it's also screaming hurt, unhealed wounds that needs to be healed. Okay. But it's important, if you're dating somebody, that has kids, ex-husband, ex-wife, baby mama, baby daddy, and you see this person is not there for their children, you see this person abandons their children, you see this person is not financially taken care of, not being financially responsible for their children, what makes you think this person will be a good person to have kids with? What makes you think this person will be a reliable, responsible person if you guys decide to be serious and have a family? They are going to be the same way if you guys do not make it work. It's important to believe what, people are showing you. And it's also important when dating to prove a friend. The scriptures tell you to prove a friend. Is no lies in that. Prove a friend, okay? And while you're proving them, you believe what they are showing you. You see how they are treating others, and you judge them based on how they're treating others. Because even though they haven't treated you in that way, they haven't done it yet. You get on their bad side, you reach that threshold that they're unhappy, and they're like, okay, now you're going to see who I am, and now they're going to show you who they are. And not only that, sometimes people have motives, people have objectives, and you don't know if, you're just doing everything right now. You have a lot to offer. You have more things they need. They need more resources. They need more things out of you before they can give you their behinds to kiss or turn their backs on you. So you have to prove a friend, okay? And you have to make sure that you have your eyes open at all times and you're not being blinded by this person from what they're showing you, because associating with bad people, hey, it's going to trickle down on you at some point. Don't think you're escaping. Don't think you're hanging around somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, this person is so mean to this person. This person is so rude, so disrespectful. Oh my gosh. But they're not going to do that to me because I don't play that. They never done that to me. They're not going to do that to me. Don't think that, because that's not true. It just hasn't got around to you yet. But that devil and that demon is going to jump around to you in due time. Please believe that. So it's important that you understand that you are not exempt. Why do we as people feel like we are exempt from certain situations? You will know somebody is not a good person, and in your mind, you will feel like, oh, I'm exempt. You're not exempt. They just ain't get to you yet. Just like if you are friends with somebody and they are always calling you with the tea. They are always gossiping. They are always calling you, talking about people in the worst way. So negative, nothing inspiring, nothing uplifting, nothing edifying, just pure negativity. Every time you pick up the phone, every time you run across them, every time you're around them, they're gossiping. Gossipers gossiping. What do you think they're going to do as soon as they leave you? Do you think they're going to pick up the phone and say positive things about you? They're going to say, oh yeah, I just hung out with so-and-so and she's the bomb. She's great. No. They're going to, as soon as they leave you, pick up the phone and be like, girl, let me tell you about so-and-so. So like, it's important that we understand and we trust that these people that you are associating with, that you are aware of, that dogs other people out, it's going to do the same to you. Okay. So if you're talking to and hanging around somebody that gossips and that does things you don't like to other people, please believe behind your back, they're doing the same thing to you. Behind your back and still in front of you, they're going to be doing the same thing to you. So I wanted to bring light and shed light on that. So now let's talk about the bad associations. Real talk on the bad associations. So we, especially as women, we always feel like we can save people. We always feel like, I know this person is a thief, but hey, I'm going to help save this person from being a thief because I'm going to. And then a couple months down the line, they don't stole from you. Okay, listen. Bad associations is it's something that you can avoid, okay? Because once you see that a person's a certain way, you need to separate yourself, because in due time, eventually that spirit is going to jump on you and they're going to start trimming your ways because you're hanging around this person and you may think that it's not, it's not that bad. You know what? I am low on cash, so let me go through this self-checkout at Walmart. And I'm just not going to scan the water and the soda, but I'm going to scan everything else because that's not that bad. I mean, Ashley do it all the time. And she get way more stuff. So if I just do these little two things, that's not that bad. That's usually what happens. When you are hanging around people and it's bad associations, those spirits usually jump on you and you're justifying their bad acts as if they're good acts. In the beginning, you were trying to save them. But now, they overpowered you with their sin and their bad ways. So you're trimming your ways and now you're justifying their ways. So it's important to continue to surround and keep yourself around good, positive people that's going to add value, that's going to help, edify you. You guys are elevating and growing together, not people that's going to bring you down. These people are not on the same level as you mentally and emotionally. I'm not talking financially. I'm talking about mentally and emotionally. These people are sick in the head. These people, their mindset is just way off. How can you say you are a good, righteous woman or a good, faithful woman and you're hanging around a woman that's that's in 5-6 situationships with different guys, sleeping with all of them, and you're hanging out with them and you are, going to them for advice and you're doing all these things with them and you're looking at yourself as your equivalent to them. You cannot look at yourself that way because you're not equivalent to that person. And eventually you are going to join them on their festivities of being in 5-6 situationships. And, and taking fun in it. And like I said, those spirits always end up jumping on you. In the beginning, you want to save somebody, but after time, you end up trimming your ways and joining in on the festivities, guys. Like, I see it happen so often. And also, another thing with bad association, it allows people to prejudge you. So, if you're friends with somebody, let's keep this still on the same topic. You're friends with a girl, that's what they say nowadays, a thought, a whoremonger. If you're friends with somebody that's a thought, and let's say the guys that person's messing with see you guys out, they're going to automatically look at you and judge you the same way and say, oh, that's her friend, so she with it too because that's her friend. Subconsciously, they're going to judge you. They're going to prejudge you just off the top because you're hanging around with this person and they're that way. This person that's doing all these nasty things, they're not going to be hanging around somebody who claims to be so perfect. Like, it's just not out in public. Come on. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Birds of a feather flock together. I'm not good with sayings, but I believe I said that right. And that's so true. You have to separate yourself. At one point you may have been a freak, a thought, but as you begin to love yourself, as you begin to, grow in confidence and understand who you are and, your value to this world, and, you decide, hey, I don't want to live that lifestyle anymore. So it's important that you change, the people that's around you so you can embrace, the lifestyle you want to live. So, the Most High God can walk you, so you can be in alignment with, righteous sisters or women that's on the same track as you. You will attract that. You know what I mean? But if you continue to stay around those people who are sleeping with all kind of men, doing all kind of horrish things, you're going to continue to feel like you're stuck, and it's not going to allow you to elevate, and eventually you're going to go back to your old ways of doing those things. But if you're really trying to change, also, like, hang around somebody that's a robber, a thief, somebody that's, stealing and just doing things to people that's not right, and you were once like that and you want to change. What I'm saying to you is, if you were once in that pit, but you're ready to dig a hole and come out of that pit, you can. It is possible. You just have to change your circle. You have to change your associations, and you have to work towards that change. You have to be around people that are better than you, people that are where you want to be. Okay. In order to attract that, you have to let go of the dead weight. You have to let go of those people that don't serve you anymore. That doesn't mean you any good. You don't want to be attached to that, guys. You do not want to be attached to that. So I just want to make sure you understand how important it is, to be associated with the wrong people. How being associated with the wrong people is bringing you down, like, and you don't even realize it. So that's the point of this episode, is to bring awareness to you that these actions from these people that are not directly doing anything to you is still affecting you. It's still affecting you spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, okay? Whether they're directly doing something to you, or because down the line it's going to happen either way. But you want to surround yourself around good people, okay? You want to surround yourself around people that's going to bring value to you, that's going to help edify you, and you can learn and grow from. Just let the dead weight go. It's a new day. We're turning over new leaves. It doesn't even sound right to continue to be associated with bad people that's not serving you, people that has, bad intentions, that just hasn't came out yet. Just let it go. You be the light. You continue to level up. And if those people really mean you good, you can be a blessing to them, because they can see you and your actions doing great, doing that, making that 180 turn. And you can help them, get themselves together and examine themselves and their ways of, hey, I need to get my ish together because the route and direction I'm going is not a good one. And it allows you to do that for them. So, this is Real Talk Tuesday, episode 2, associating with bad people. Bad associations. That ends today. That ends right now. We are cutting it off. We are letting go of people that do not serve us. People that are just mean, bad people, okay? And you know, those friends, those associates that you have, that you hang out with here and there, that are not good people, cut them off. It's not even worth the hangout. It's not even worth it. Let it go. Those bad associations, let it go. We don't need any more. We already fighting daily spiritual battles as it is on our own. We don't need nobody else's bad spirits and demons jumping on us. We don't need it, okay? Once again, this is Real Talk Tuesday. Thanks, you guys, for checking me out. Tune in next week for episode 3. Make sure you share and make sure you keep away from bad people, guys. All right? Accept them for who they are and what they are. Talk to you guys next week. Author D. Evans, life coach D. Evans, D. Poet. I'm out. Be blessed.